Okay, you are aware of the police department, domestic violence organizations, and there's also been churches and an army full of other parties that have been scheming to keep me from assistance to flee my abuser, as well as covering for the abuse and conspiring with psychological abuse, mind games, and other different avenues. And you are aware of me reporting death threats to the police department and them taking my freedom, and then another location covering for it, and not doing an investigation, and for that psychologically abusive when you get punished for reporting someone that's saying they're going to kill you. And if you're at locations that conspire with it, the organization now is refusing to get the police reports, which is her job task, regarding my abuser. She's deflecting and kind of being rude about not doing her job task, but this is a pattern that has followed me 10 years. All locations, including domestic violence organizations, cover for him and blame me for it. That's psychologically abusive. But as for us today, I wanted to show you evidence that my friends and family, I believe, are being influenced. Now, those are amazing. Uh, I'm aware that those are amazing allegations. So I'd like to provide some proof and give you reasoning behind why I feel this way. So I tried to report to the police that my family would call me out the blue and start arguments. And when my abuser was mad, so someone called out the blue that I've been knowing 20 years, and he was trying to blame me for things that were going on in my life. And this is what I sent him: that evidence that I've been getting violated by someone. And then it says that I spoke with your sons, my daughter, I'll never see her again. And then I sent a death threat right here: we'll take you the F out. He didn't respond. And then I said, this is a normal pattern for you and the others to ignore things that you shouldn't, which I don't deserve. Trying to report death threats and harassment to the police repeatedly I'll cover for. I was arrested for the 20 something time. And then I gave him that. It's abuse to disregard someone, especially someone who sent you messages showing that someone is threatening to kill them. Why would family and people I'm close to ignore that repeatedly and blame me for it? Then I got this. This is how I'm treated. Family too. But it's not that I don't get cursed out to this degree. Go see a effing psychiatrist and stop playing about being on your medicine. Will a psychiatrist tell me why you guys cover for Jason and the government's crimes and treat me like trash for exposing them? It's abnormal to see someone to get death threats, then curse them out and tell them to get on medicine. But that's how you guys treat me and leave me in it like the police. You about to make me? I haven't read all this because it just was. I'm reading it with you. You about to make me? You about to make me say F you and Jason, because making that BS up. I think that's what that means. Ain't nobody doing nothing to you but your mother effing self. I told you years ago, stop effing with the effing computer, but you kept effing with it. Now you effing up behind this SHIT. Stop being so stupid. And I didn't respond back. I'm just now reading it. So let me show you my son. So I talked to my son. It's very sporadic, and they keep repeatedly blaming me for everything that's going on in my life. So I sent him, but we were on speaking terms, but it was very far apart. So then I put, I love you and miss you. It's your mom. Would it concern you if I told you I was getting death threats? I sent him the death threats, and he won't respond. Well, just thought you should know in case something happens to me. I love you. All things are possible through Jesus Christ who strengthens you. I gave him the scripture. It's unfortunate how isolated I have been, fearing for my life, location after location, leaving me to fend for myself. He never responded. I sent that March 15th. So just when my abuser's mad, my family stops talking to me. I had a false arrest, and my family knows about it, and they just leave me in it. Then they said that this man is innocent. They know it. They say that they don't look at my YouTube channel because there's evidence that I get terrorized by the police. They say that people find them and tell them that I uploaded their videos and information on how they treat me in my crisis. That's the only thing that all parties are worried about. Why would I record them conspiring with psychological abuse when I'm going in a crisis? Why would I record that? Forget the police are coming to hotel rooms. Forget someone you love is getting death threats, getting pickpocketed, guns pulled on them, arrested, trying to report it repeatedly over and over, then being deprived of services, living in the tent. Forget all of that because I'm blacklisted from all shelters. Forget the police department coming to hospitals, putting them out so they couldn't get medical treatment and mental health treatment for trauma. Forget all that. Did you record us leaving you in your crisis like almost all your other environments? Okay, so it's an extreme accusation to say that churches are in cahoots. Let me show you something. Okay, so I went to Arborlawn Church, and the reason why I need to say this is because I think that people need to be held accountable for treating someone differently that is trying to flee abuse. This church denied me all kind of help, all kind of support in my domestic abuse crisis, did not offer me food pantries, any kind of help, period. In fact, when my abuser was mad, kicked me out of a Bible study. And then when I recorded that it was amazing that I got kicked out of a Bible study and police were guarding the church and following me around the church, then this happened. And they're telling me that I need to make sure I don't record. We cannot discuss the abuse that I've endured. We can only discuss me not recording. So I've been informed that if I record again, I would not be allowed to come back to this church. Is that correct, officer? That is what your pastor is asking. Okay, well, in the past, you guys have been behind it. But anyway, what's your badge number? 4784. Okay, and your name? Officer Kendall. Okay, well, the police department's been behind why I can't get services for years. So I'm sure someone put the pastor up to behaving this way. Okay, thank you. So, for some reason, the church did not care that my freedom has been taken 20 plus times and my life was in jeopardy. They had a problem with me recording and the police following me around at church and being kicked out of a Bible study when my abuser was mad. That's what we wanted to concentrate on. Not that I was being mistreated. I thought when the pastor said I wanted to talk to you that they were finally helping. It was 2.5 months that they wouldn't help or do anything. I said, is there any attorneys here, anyone that can give me an assistance, any legal advice, anything? 2 months they played games. So finally, the pastor said, can I talk to you for a minute? I thought they were finally going to help. And then there was a police officer hid in the shadows. And I told the pastor in front of the police, I've been getting violated for a long time. And he said, you know what? I think we're going to have a problem and you don't need to come here any further. Because they know I love church and they're taking advantage of my vulnerability and my desire to be in fellowship with God's people. But I realize that if you're behaving like this, that's not God. So I want to show you something else. Okay, so I called Fort Worth police to inform them that a car sped up like it was going to hit a friend, and that kind of ended our friendship, and she was behaving oddly. And they would never come and do the report, and there were witnesses and camera footage. It was it was no debate on if this was on purpose. You clear cut. It was on purpose. They ran a light, got over from the far right lane over to the left lane where my friend was, and sped up deliberately like they were going to hit her and ran the light. It was no doubt in my mind that it was deliberate. But the police wouldn't come. They came cover for it. So let me show you. So I tried to make a report to the officer at the church. What is this conversation? Yeah, I called you because you had they said that don't record here anymore. So were you able to look at my YouTube channel? I never looked at your YouTube. Oh, well, can I give it to you? Because I'm getting help. I can record you. You don't want it? You can record me. I don't want your YouTube. Because my friend, the car sped up like it was going to hit my friend, and I haven't been able to get law enforcement. Yeah, you can't take any pictures here, Hannah. You can't take any pictures here, Hannah. She can record me. It's okay. What are you? I don't know why my friends behave like this. Okay, so that was a lady that was homeless and did not want me recording the police. But yeah, car sped up like it was not worried about a car speeding up like it was going to hit my friend. And then another one got slapped later on today, and they've been behaving oddly. Like whenever I'm recording something, she interrupts and jumps into like covers for the people that I'm trying. Well, I'm not going to play the whole thing. It's on the YouTube channel. It is April 10th. Report to the police. The police never followed up, and the Fort Worth police never came. And then after this incident, the ride that took me to church denied all further rides and then blamed me for it. She said it was no big deal that a car sped up like it was going to hit my friend. And I told her it's serious because my son got hit with a car, and she laughed. And people in the car were disturbed that someone would abuse their power that is supposed to be a leader in the church to laugh when someone is reporting their son got hit with a car. That also happened at the Texas Rangers, and then I was arrested reporting that my son was hit with a car. The reason why I was reporting it because several cars speed up like they're going to hit me to scare me. So that I thought it was a pattern, and then one actually hit my son, and he covered for it. And that all my family is behaving oddly. Then someone got murdered by 2 hit-and-run drivers in one night. So there's a pattern of me being mistreated at church. This is Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship begging for help to flee abuse.
Then you may
I'm trying to make it where you can see it.
dial 911 for yourself or seek assistance elsewhere. He's gone way beyond trying to assist you, and you've denied everything that he's offered.
He just said that he was going to call the police and then deprived of it.
Either dial 911 or seek help elsewhere because we are.
You look like you're from the Secret Services. What are you here? Who are you? What's your position?
Obviously beyond.
You look like you're from the Secret Service with that earpiece.
He's not from Secret Service.
Okay, well, what are you guys?
This far from being criminal trespass from the.
Why?
Because you're not.
I don't understand why I go to locations and try to get help with domestic abuse and I get violated and tortured.
So this is a mirror conversation. This is a conversation.
I'm at church.
So the sermon, today's sermon was perfect for this conversation. So let's do this.
The
let's
sermon
step
was about
outside
being quiet.
And let's continue this conversation outside. Because
am I being bullied for trying to get out of domestic violence?
Being given
because I was drugged out of IBOC, and you guys look like you're from the Secret Service. And I don't understand why all these churches deprive me of
so
law.
So is there anything that we can say to do to get you to not?
He just said he was going to call the police, and then I said, go ahead and call the police.
Here we go. This is the direction that we're
So
about
he's not allowed to call the police? You're putting me out?
You're allowed to call the police.
Oh, so you're putting me out for wanting help to get out of domestic abuse?
I'm asking you to step outside so we can.
Why do you guys look like you're from the Secret Service? 3 people.
That's your perception, ma'am. That's your perception.
Okay, well, what are they? They have earpieces on. May I ask your position?
They are not.
I don't understand why I'm getting bullied trying to flee a dangerous situation and then threatened and violated.
Okay, please listen. Please listen. We've heard you. You've said the same thing multiple times.
He just said he was going to call the police, and when I said go ahead and call him because I can't escape the abuse, then he said,
that's what he said, and then he brought in his expertise to say,
get out.
No, he did not.
He said, let's step outside.
Okay, are you going to listen? Can I get you to listen for a moment?
I don't understand why I'm getting violated.
I don't understand why you won't listen as we try to help.
It's okay. We have an officer that's actually about to come right now to talk.
Oh, I get bullied. I don't understand all these intimidation tactics. Don't you think this is not appropriate for a woman trying to flee abuse?
We have an officer. You said call the police. We have an officer that's about to come right now.
Okay, thank you. Are they giving me a criminal trespass for trying to beg for my life?
They're going to have a conversation with you
about
what you brought up.
Get it to where you can
Okay, they're going to give me a criminal trespass because they don't want me to have help. I'll go ahead and leave. I'm not allowed to get services. They come at every location.
Do you want to speak with the officer?
No, because they're just going to give me a criminal trespass to keep you guys from assisting me. That's what they do. That's the game if I'm not getting assaulted and violated. The government's enforcing that I stay in abuse. So I'm going to tell you what they'll do. They'll give me a criminal trespass so I can't come here again.
I just wanted to make sure.
Because that's what they do. They give me criminal trespasses when places are depriving me of assistance. They have them deprive me of services, violate me, and then when I...
So it stopped recording, but the police asked me to leave without getting any assistance. That's not normal behavior for you to be met at so many locations with attitude, hang-ups, abuse for someone fleeing abuse. Arrest, deprived of constitutional rights to go to court. This is just abnormal. So I went over to my sister's house, panicked. My sister has a lifestyle that's completely different from me. She likes to still party a little bit. She's really not as a party person as she used to, but she still kind of likes to enjoy herself a little bit more than what I would say I would do. I don't know how she's living now, but I had no other location to go after I got out of jail. I got out of jail on these false charges for trying to report child abuse at CPS. And was arrested. My family knows all about this, and they cover for it, blame me, psychological abuse, all over the place. So I went over to my sister's house, and this came from nowhere. Police. I was watching R. Kelly, surviving R. Kelly.
Kiana, and yours?
I don't know if you can see it.
Okay.
Let me see if I can.
My sister, she has a white warrant, and I called earlier for her to get picked up, and they never came.
I told you that one.
No, she has a white warrant.
No, I'm saying, who told you? Who told you? Oh, we ran the name. She's not coming back.
White warrant?
Oh, they don't know I'm recording, so it's black. So my sister set me up, nothing happened. She put a white warrant, but a person has to be a threat to themselves and others.
Where did you put it in?
Tuesday.
But since I was recording, I think the police got spooked.
Have you contacted the sisters and said it went through?
So this is on the YouTube channel, just over my sister's house. And police just show up, interrupting me watching Surviving R. Kelly.
And they had it written down in the book, and he seen it, and that they would come around, that they would leave around 1:35.
So I'm fast forwarding it.
But I don't understand why my family member would deflect on that and try to emphasize a mental illness.
She don't have a warrant. We already looked her up before we got here. She don't have a warrant, so it's nothing going on here.
She has lied multiple different times, got caught in lies.
I mean, if you could just give us that number. We could just call that person and just double check before we leave. Whoever you spoke with earlier about the.
They won't tell me what a white warrant is. I believe
What's a white warrant?
Police department was behind
What's
it.
a white warrant? What is that? What's a white warrant? So, officers, what is a white warrant?
So imagine that you're fleeing for your life and the police department's coming to shelter, setting you up,
What's a
taking your
white
friends,
warrant?
freedom, family members' houses. And this is how your life is, and you just can't escape it at bus stops, sitting on benches, hospitals, and at church.
It's sick. It's sick.
Okay, so they got spooked this white warrant. So they didn't detain me, so they tried a different strategy, the second white warrant. This is the
Am I
second
going
white
to the
warrant.
hospital? Why am I going to the hospital? Why am I going to the hospital? Am I going to the hospital? Why am I going to the hospital? Why am I going to the hospital?
So what happened was
Why am I going to the hospital?
my sister was behaving odd. So immediately when she went outside and came back in, I started recording. So the police department and my own flesh and blood sister set me up and said this is a crime to slander someone and get them committed. She did, and there is no doubt if someone were to do an investigation, I would set up, because the person she said I did something to was not there, and it's completely out of my character what they said I did. They said that I got on her, jumped on her, and squeezed her in a rage. But I told the hospital it was a blatant lie, and they covered for it, and the crimes being committed to keep me from my child. Because I told whoever my advocate or my attorney for the mental health court that years back when they detained me at Dallas Behavior to cover up for child abuse, I had the same attorney. And I told him the same crimes were going on. He said that I remember back in the day that we did report that to CPS, and CPS was investigating it. I said, yeah, the whole point is all disappeared. And then I never talked to him again. I said, I know you reported it, but it all disappeared. So he covered for it and never spoke with me again. This was they detained me, my sister, in the police department, set me up, and I went to Hickory Trail to get violated. I was threatened. They blamed me for it. They didn't follow protocol in multiple different environments because it's set up. So they leave people that threaten me in environments with me, which is not safe. So at Hickory Trail, the lady threatened me. They left her in it. It happened that left her in my tank, did not move her or discipline her in any manner. In fact, disciplined me. It happened at Austin Street. They didn't follow policy when I was threatened by multiple people there. It happened at Dallas Behavioral when I was set up trying to report the crimes to keep me away from my child. They left me in there with someone that threatened me there. Okay, this is my sister.
I know that my sister was
After she
taken to
set
the
me up.
hospital today to be evaluated.
She's crying.
She did try to record, but they did not give her the chance to.
She's
she
crying
has
and very
none of her
emotional.
devices. All of her things are here. So as of right now, there will be no more videos. I will have an update tomorrow on if she will be kept or not. And I will be updating everyone on my channel. If you do care about my sister or you are concerned, anyone who wants to follow my channel, you can go on my channel and you can see the updates on my channel. I do want to thank everyone who has supported my sister in her time of need. I really, really do appreciate it. And also, God put it on my heart to apologize to anyone my sister has hurt, especially who this channel is about.
Who the channel's
I
about.
want to apologize to anyone my sister has came encounter with and she has did any type of harm or anything towards anyone.
Gaslighting.
Like I said, if you are concerned or if you want updates about my sister, I will give you updates on my channel. I'm really hurting because it hurts for me to see my sister like this.
But yet and still she committed a crime and lied. And all kind of evidence which is criminal.
I was told myself I was not gonna cry. But
and cover for all the crimes the government has committed. All the false arrests.
Anyone who wants to know about my sister, I will keep you updated on my channel. She's being evaluated. And as far as of now, you will see no more videos. Now, if you do see more videos and they're from my sister, then we will know that the system has failed us. I did get a white warrant for her, so she wouldn't be able to leave the hospital. And for everyone who was in the comments wanting to know about my shirts, also, I will let y'all know on my page. Once again, I do want to thank everyone for anyone who's helped my sister in her time of need during this time. I just want to thank everyone, and I do want to apologize to everyone. Y'all have a good night.
So throughout my experience, there's a pattern of people deflecting on serious events, blaming me, and covering for someone that is putting me through a nightmare. So it's really been reaped a lot of psychological havoc, and going to location, even hospitals, all of them conspiring with abuse and cover up and gaslighting me and putting false information in my medical records, leaving out vital information like they have seen the death threats and how, armies have been violating me. They just, armies full of people conspire with it, including my own family members. So I thought you should know that, that's what I'm up against, and I'm just trying to figure out who's influencing these people to behave the way that they're behaving. Why would the victim's advocate at all different locations, including the one I'm at now, bully me and deprive me of any assistance to flee my abuser? And give services that they give, deny me services that they give other parties, and tell me to do it on my own. But they have it's their job task, and then blame me for not fulfilling their job task year after year. So I don't know if I mentioned it. My sister was trying to be funny and upload this to my YouTube channel without my permission. But I left it because I think it's vital evidence. So this may be an indicator on why they're acting the way that they're acting. Trying to report my family's
all over the place.
Family
and my sister made
behavior.
False statements too and had me detained. And they're easily proven statements because she said I did something to my niece. She was in tears, saying that I did something that I didn't do. I think someone is enlisting my family. She used to be terrified, and she wouldn't tell me what she was terrified of. So if you guys would do law enforcement, you can see that I was detained on blatant lies. You there? Hello? I'm here.
Osborne badge 8707 is who I'm talking
all over
to.
the place that you guys refuse to investigate. But what concerns me is a family member blatantly lying on me, and why she was so emotional and crying. I've never seen anyone that afraid before in my life. Is this the police department? Yes, it is. Which one? This is South Central. So you don't want to find, no one is going to figure out what made my sister so upset and blatantly lied on me? And figure out why Salvation Army blatantly lied on me as well? Both of these things are on camera footage and it can be proven they're blatant lies. Taking someone's freedom on blatant lies is criminal. That's false reporting, right?
Okay, ma'am, how can I help you?
And what was your name again?
My name is Stacy. Do you need the police at your location?
I don't know what to do because I keep reporting crimes all over and over again, and you guys keep covering for it. But I think that we need to figure out what upset my sister to have her blatantly lie, and why the Salvation Army blatantly lied. It's on camera footage. The person that they said that I did something to wasn't even there and was working and with her friend, and you could probably figure that out if someone did law enforcement. You guys are not going to investigate why people repetitively keep lying on me all over the place?
What's the name of?
It's Keyanna, Keyaana. Clark,
Okay.
Clark. I've already reported that Salvation Army staff blatantly lied on me. The police came, 3 police. They claimed that Salvation Army said I made false statements, but wouldn't investigate. Because they just came from nowhere, handcuffed me, nothing had happened. Someone was going to finally assist me with an apartment. People were playing games, keeping me away from shelter. So she said she was going to help me with an apartment. 3 police came, handcuffed me, and didn't follow protocol. I told them when they handcuffed me that I was on the courtyard and I could not have been blocking traffic like they claimed. It was on camera footage that I had been at the courtyard all day, but you guys denied an investigation and claimed they made those false statements. And along with my sister, that could be proven that she's making false statements. Why would someone I love, my family member, blatantly lie on me and the police department cover for it? What had her so terrified? Why didn't you investigate the hit and run of my child? Why would the police department cover for it? Are you guys terrorizing my family to stay away from me and have no consequences for it? Do you know how painful that is when your family conspires with insanity and tears doing it?
Hold on. Osborne, how can I help you?
Yes. I'm sorry. Can you repeat what your name?
South Six Patrol. This is Officer Osborne. How can I help you?
And your badge number.
8707.
Yes, I have reported years. My son had a hit and run, and you guys denied investigation for it. Something has my family spooked, and my sister blatantly lied on me. I'm sorry.
A hit and run is taken care of through our traffic unit. Do you need their number?
I'll get the runaround, ma'am. So my son had a hit and run, and
Hold on.
you're police. I got called for advice, and you're interrupting it. I wanted to tell you what was going on with me. I would like to tell you what's going on with me and tell you why I called before you direct me to another location. Ma'am, I would like to tell you why I called before you direct me to another location, ma'am. I've had to endure this years.
You told me why you called.
I'm not finished telling you my situation to tell you why I called.
What's the next thing you need?
I'm sorry?
What's the next thing you need?
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out, I've already reported to the police department, and I don't know why the police department covered for a hit and run of my child. And my family, I'm not finished, ma'am.
You don't have to be finished. You said a hit and run.
I like to tell you everything that happened with my family that I'm concerned about, not just that, and be interrupted.
I can't help you.
I'm not able to speak, ma'am. Or maybe the feds can give you guys all the help you need. Can I speak?
I can't help you.
Why would you not be able to help the police department with a hit and run, ma'am? I'm just trying to incriminate people because you haven't helped all this time. I'm sorry? I'm sorry?
A hit and run is handled by our hit and run.
I'm not able to speak. I've already reported the hit and run, but the police covered for it, ma'am. I'm not being heard.
If that's not handled here, if you have a complaint, you handle that with Jack Evans headquarters.
But you're not giving me any direction to go. My family is terrified of something, ma'am. There was a hit and run, and then someone got killed too in East Texas. This is serious events, and your behavior is completely inappropriate with someone reporting extreme events like this.
I just told you to conceal.
If someone is spoofing my calls and enforcing that I speak with scammers and con artists that conceal crimes, that's criminal.
You didn't say anything about that.
I'm not able to speak, ma'am. I can't talk. I was trying to tell you a whole bunch of other things, and you keep interrupting, covering for them.
Listen. You can't tell me 50 things in 1 minute. You have to tell me one thing.
Well, I couldn't tell you anything with you interrupting me, ma'am. That's a pattern of psychological abuse I had to endure making calls on my phone. Everyone's concealing crimes and covering for it, including in person. Spoofing calls for government officials so they don't get their felonies, knowing full blown, well, no one will believe my story, is criminal. And then, in addition to that, where do they get these con artists that pretend like they're other people? Are they identity thieves, ma'am?
I don't know. Do you have a complaint? Do you have a report to make?
I don't know, ma'am. I just trying to incriminate people so that people know what I have to endure and how extreme this cover up is. And there's a lot of identity thieves, ma'am. And maybe this is part of the problem, that these calls are getting spoofed, and everywhere I call is covering for crimes. You have the same pattern of trying to interrupt evidence and cover for concealed crimes.
I'm not going to be able to stay on the phone with you. I'm going to have to release the line.
They've been releasing it 6 years, ma'am. This is a pattern. They've been hanging up in my face to cover for crimes. But I just don't understand why the police department repetitively is psychologically abusive and covers. She hung up. She's not on my phone.
So the United States has denied me law enforcement for profit, and that's criminal, but yet for almost a decade, nothing has been done. Hidden runs, pickpocketing, intimidating witnesses, conspiracy to violate rights, crimes with courts, crimes with attorneys, railroading, blacklisting, harassment, death threats. I'm a government witness out of this abuse. And the people of power are covering, looking out for their best interests and their own welfare and their criminal activity instead of abiding by the law. And they're enlisting the army full of civilians to go down with them for cover-up, and they're doing it. So that's what today consists of. So location, they're monitoring my phone, everything that's going on, knowing nobody would ever believe my story, and each avenue, every last one, like a checker game or chess game, is carefully orchestrated to make sure that move does not work. Because it's law enforcement abusing power to keep me trapped off in the problem that was deliberately created for profit.